Hello, everyone, and welcome to Infused Transitions. I am so happy that you are here and appreciate you joining us. For those of you who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're really, really glad you're here. Oops, let me change that. And just so that you know, I am an intuitive reader, which means the messages and the readings that I do may or may not be what you would find in the books from the authors. And that's just how I read. I channel through whatever comes through. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here and your support and coming back. I love being able to read for you guys. It brings me a lot of joy. If the readings resonate with you, I ask that you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share if you feel so prompted to do that. And if you're new, of course, or if you're returning and just haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get those notifications for when new content goes up, as this helps me, the channel, and it also helps other people out there who could possibly benefit from receiving the messages as well. So we're going to jump right in. I am going to be doing a reading today in regards to what is your subconscious wanting you to know. We are going to be using this Dreams deck. Okay. The psychic reading cards and the cosmic reading cards. And then, of course, for clarifiers, if we need them, we have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, we have the Gilded Tarot, and we have the Gilded Tarot Royale. Again, you'll be able to find these, online, if I can hold them up here. There you go. If I pull in other decks, I will try to remember to give you the name of the deck, and that way you'll be able to look them up if it's a deck you're interested in purchasing for yourself. All right, so without any further ado, we're just going to jump in. These decks have already been pre-shuffled. So I'm not going to, shuffle them a lot. So let's find out, what is your subconscious? And again, this is a general reading for all of us watching celebrations and social occasions. So, it may not resonate with you, or it may only resonate in parts, and, that's okay. For others, it may resonate all the way through, and that's, again, that's okay. That's fantastic. But it is a general reading. So, and they're timeless. Whenever you find the video, that's when it's the time. All right. All right, so let's see. Spirit, what have you got for us? What is the subconscious wanting our viewers to know? What is our subconscious? What is our subconscious wanting us to know? What messages is the subconscious wanting to bring into the conscious awareness? Chaste, birthed, and babies. And interestingly enough, oh, that is so interesting. So the numbers are 17 and 18. 17, 18. Chaste, birthed, and babies. I find that interesting because, quite frequently, right, when there's the chase, once the catching is carried out, shall we say, it is not uncommon to have a pregnancy. So for some people, this may be just letting you know, hey, this is coming down the pike here. This is what we're wanting to create. For those of you who are not wanting to get pregnant, that's your journey, your call, your thing. But just heads up, be aware. This can also be about, chasing a dream and birthing and creating something brand new. We have two rabbits here, a black rabbit and a brown rabbit. If you are into animal spirit, totem animals, animal wisdom, animal energies, then I would say looking up the wolf and both the brown and the black rabbit, because sometimes you can find information on the specific colors of a rabbit and that they have different meanings. Okay. Let's see. That's still on the screen. Okay. And again, we have celebrations and social occasions on the bottom of the deck, which is what fell out earlier. All right. So chased, we have, what are you running away from? What is making you feel overwhelmed? What are you afraid of or unwilling to face? So oftentimes when obviously we don't want to deal with something, we do the out of sight, out of mind, which I find it interesting. This is for where the subconscious is wanting to bring something to our conscious awareness. So this could be about a fear. I still, just so you know, I do still, there are some who this is about a relationship that could be coming up, and again, be aware of the possibilities of pregnancy for some. For others, though, this is about, what is it that you don't want to look at? What is it that you don't want to face? What is it that you are afraid of bringing forward, of knowing about, of having to work through? Fear is an incredibly powerful emotion and mindset. It can be a heart set as well. So, but when we allow it to get to that place, right, it can end up dictating. It dictates what we will and will not allow ourselves to experience. It can dictate what is that quality of that experience. So I feel like that for some, your subconscious is wanting to bring forward something you've been avoiding, something that you don't want to look at because it's not going to be fun. And it doesn't have to mean that it's going to be, this earth-shattering tower moment, or that it's going to be this horrendously gut-wrenching, whatever. A lot of times, again, it's fear, right? We can build that up into our heads and end up, even if it's uncomfortable, it can end up not being as bad as we thought it was going to be, but we build things into our head. Because we have celebrations and social occasions on the bottom of, oh my gosh, look at that. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, I would say, this can end victoriously. This can also be something, an inner child wound. This can be something from your childhood that you never looked at, that you never, either you weren't aware of it or you're aware of it, but you just don't want to deal with it because it's going to be something you don't want to look at. It could be something that makes you feel afraid. But there is the possibility here of, we're seeing that there's going to be reasons to celebrate coming out on this other side. Now, I laughed because right underneath celebrations and social occasions, we have sex. Okay. So first, and again, it's like, okay, well, let's see. You have the chase, you have sex, there's the baby, So again, if you're not in the place and space where you're wanting to create a family, make wise choices and decisions, whatever that means for you, because that'll be different for different people. All right, for birth and babies, we got, what do you need to nurture and or develop? In what ways do you feel vulnerable? Are you feeling overwhelmed by responsibility? So again, I still say for some, it is quite literally about this very hot relationship. It's about the chase. It's about coming in. It is about, it's right here, the sex on the table, right? Literally. And a pregnancy. For some, this could be really good news and something that you've been waiting for. Okay. Again, for others, it could be about, that vulnerability. What is that thing from childhood that you need to heal? What is that inner child wound? Or what is something that you're experiencing right now that make you feel like you're in that infancy stage, so to speak, right? Like when we start trying to do something new, we're starting at the beginning. I remember being in a group once, and I had told the, I don't know, the whatever you want to call her, the person who was running the group, I was like, I feel like a kindergartner in with a bunch of high school seniors. And that's, sometimes that's where we are. But, it's, you need to decide what you're going to do with that. Are you going to nurture it and develop it? Are you just going to give up and run away? What are you running away from? Does that make you feel vulnerable being like that? And if it does, well, that's normal, right? I mean, we all feel vulnerable when we feel like we don't know for sure what we're dealing with or what it's going to be like, whatever that is, right? But we are being shown that it is an opportunity for something to be successful here. So, excuse me. All right, let's see. What do the oracles have to tell us now? And just so you know, these oracles are the other half of this dream reading cards deck. So there's some that are in the dreams and some are the oracles. Okay. Again, all these decks were pre-shuffled, so I'm only running it through a few times. All right. Okay, let's get another one here for chaste. Can we expand on the chaste, please? Love. Yeah. Focus. Okay, and let's get another one for birth and babies. Let's get another one for birth and babies. Thank you. Connection. Yeah. And let's get one for the celebrations and social occasions, please. One for the celebrations and social occasions, please. Thank you. Surrender. On the bottom of the deck, we have growth, gratitude, and awakening with truth. Yeah. All right. Okay, so with chaste, right? And again, it does look a lot like this is about a relationship, but that's not true for everyone, okay? It does kind of feel like that's true for several of you, but it's not true for everyone. Okay, so for chaste, we got love. Your relationship with yourself and with others needs reassessing. Open up to love others by unblocking negativity. Embrace love without fear. Make it unconditional. Open up to love others by unblocking negativity. Oh, okay. That threw me for a minute because I was like, wait a minute. Opening up to others by unblocking negativity? Wouldn't you want to clear out the negativity? But I guess that's the way I'm seeing it here, is that it would be about you're unblocking the negativity because you want to deal with it. You want to face it. You want to clear it out. And if we just are going to sit and hold on to it, well, then we're blocking ourselves. And again, if we're not going to be able to love ourselves in a healthy, balanced way, then how are we going to be able to give anybody else a quality love? How are we going to be able to be in a quality relationship if we are not going to be able to be in a quality relationship with ourselves, right? So there is a need to face that fear and do some inner work, especially if you're wanting to have a love relationship, if you're wanting to bring in a love relationship, or if you're already in a relationship and you're just feeling like it could be better, then it's, As Michael Jackson said, you know, is look at the man in the mirror first, right? We start with ourselves first, because what we are inside is what we're radiating outwards in that rippling effect, right? Connection. Okay. And again, this goes with the birth and babies. So connection. We are all connected by a universal sea of energy. All that you think and do will have an effect on the world. Reach out and connect with the world around you through love. So see, again, do we see how these two even are like talking about the same thing? If we don't love ourselves, how are we going to be in a relationship that is healthy and of quality? And if we can't love ourselves and our inside is running around in non-serving beliefs, emotions, vibes, energies, etc., that's what we're putting outward. So not only are we rippling that out to who we're trying to have our most intimate relationships with, but it also goes out because, I mean, look at that web. And it's true, you know, I mean, it's like, how many times have you been in a group setting, right? Everybody can be laughing and having a great time. And then here comes this person who's like really angry and ticked off about something. And before you know it, it's like the whole group is now ticked or angry, or it just, you know, and that is not to say we don't express our feelings. Yes, of course we do. That's not my point. My point is that rippling effect. So bring those feelings out so that you can work through them, right? And if you have a good, healthy community around you, a good, healthy group, then, you know, it's not only just letting you express, letting you vent, letting you get that stuff off your chest, right? So you can begin to work through it and begin to release it and begin to let it go. And there is a difference between venting to clear it out and telling the same story and getting caught in a loop of doing that venting. Now it's gone from venting to this is how I think, feel, do, and how I am, which isn't true. But we have to decide how are we going to deal with that, right? Oh, see, I didn't even read the one for celebration and social occasions. It says, are you concerned about commitment? Do you have fears around social situations? Would you like to break free from the repressed you? So see, again, this is about getting to know you, helping you first. Put on your oxygen mask first before you try hitting everybody on the plane to help them. Because if you aren't at your best, what you're giving out is only going to be where you're at. And it does repress us, right? It takes us out of alignment. So we end up expressing, being, doing, and that kind of thing in ways that really aren't true to who we are. And then surrender. You know, let go of the internal and external struggles in your life. Give up the fight to control others and situations. Relinquish your need to be right and surrender to a higher power. So, and again, you know, think about that. I mean, they're talking about, you know, controlling others and situations, this need to be right. This all affects not only our own inner dialogue, inner talk to ourselves, how we feel, think, and do and be about ourselves, but it affects everyone else around us. So overall, I would say that this is telling us that there's a great deal at play here that could be very useful for us to look internally and see what we can do to help ourselves. And by helping ourselves, we're helping those that we care about the most that are in our inner circle, and we are helping humanity on a global level. And there's a big difference between being selfish and being self-nurturing, self-care, self-love. Big difference, big difference. All right, just a moment. I'm going to have to hang on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. There's a dog here that is afraid of rain, and it's looking like it's going to start raining any minute. So I wanted to get him taken care of before it began. Anyway, all right. We're just going to move these off to the side a little bit here. Okay, so we can go a little bit further and see what else is going to come forward. I think I need to move these down a little bit so you can continue to see them if you wish. Okay. All right, let's do this again. All right, so what else are we going to have for continuing? What more do you want us to know, please? Again, with the celebration. So, you know, it is just, it's saying, you know, by doing the work, dealing with what we've got going on inside, facing ourselves, that's too many, facing ourselves, working through what we need to work through. Again, see, we had choices on the bottom, and be fearless, which, you know, it is scary, right? What else do we have? Let's get one more from this one, and then we'll move to the next one. What more do you have? Can we get one more, please? Can we get one more, please? Thank you. Emotions, yeah. See, there's some inner work that is wanting to have some attention here. Worlds within worlds. So in reading this or seeing this card, I would say maybe there's also some chakra work that may need to be done. Yeah, and we have believe in unconditional love. And be fearless again. So it is important for us to give ourselves that unconditional love and support of what it is we're needing in any given moment, right? All right, and then we're going to pull just a couple from this one. Alrighty. There we go. All right. All right. What further do you want us to know? How can we expand on this and get a little more in detail, please? How can we expand on this and get a little more detail, please? That's too many for me to take. Normally when they get stuck like that, I take them because that's telling me those are the ones, but that was just too thick of a chunk. So fewer cards, please. What else do you have for us that you want us to know? Thank you. Meditation. Yeah, this is about a lot of inner work. You know, not a lot of work, but a lot about. So the bulk of this reading for most of you, this is going to be about doing inner work. This is going to be about, there's something, and if you think about it, and if you don't know, you know, then just have some quiet time to yourself. But and ask to be shown, ask to have it come forward into your conscious awareness. But there is something that's wanting to come forward that needs attention. Yeah, mirror, looking in the mirror. Oh my gosh, see, and I said the man in the mirror with Michael Jackson, right? Starting with ourselves. So that is like really important, really important. I got house here, which could, yeah, loved ones in spirit and angel. So I you know, it could be something in your environment that is triggering you. It could be someone or something or just the environment itself. But within the environment or the environment itself, that is creating a need for you to do some work for yourself to help yourself to be happier, to find a happier place. There's possibly something that is creating stress. And you know, sometimes we can only do what we can do. And if that means, you know, spending some time alone with yourself out in the backyard, and if that's too hard to do, you know, or you don't have a backyard, a bath, a shower, taking a walk, you know, finding some way, something to do to be able to have time to yourself. And underneath house, we have loved ones in spirit. So I would say you're getting some guidance and some support. And then we also have an angel. So we are definitely getting some, and spirit guides. Look at that. Bag of marbles. Bag of marbles. Playful. Being playful. Spirit guides. Yeah. So, you know, you have the support to help yourself here. And you're getting help in helping yourself, if that makes sense. I wanted to say also in this particular celebration card, and this is from the Cosmic Reading Cards deck. This to me just looks very much like the womb and like a child being developed within the womb. And that this can grow to flourish, right? So whether, again, this is an actual baby, or this is a project, or this is, you know, a new move, a new job, a collaboration, or if this is you working on you birthing yourself to be a whole new you. The bottom line is we're being shown here twice that it's going to be successful because we've twice gotten the celebration card. This one to me is talking more about the outer appearance to be able to celebrate. And this one's talking about the internal, which of course we want to start with the internal. But because we have both the internal and external, to me it's saying, you know, success here is bringing success here. All right. And again, emotions, it is very much around emotions. You know, again, it was asking us, what are we afraid of? You know, fear is a very strong emotion. And, you know, and then we have this love. Well, a lot of times we can not want to reassess our relationships, because if we're honest with ourselves in facing what we need to face, there might be some things that we need to surrender and let go of. And we don't want to. Sometimes we don't want to because, you know, it's tough, period. I mean, that's just, it just is. Even if it's a horrible relationship and we are so sick of it, it's still very challenging to go through that process. But surrendering to the process in the sense of, instead of fighting against yourself, against your intuition and your worlds within your worlds, your inside telling you, look, you need to look at this and we need to work through this because you're not happy. And it's throwing you more and more out of alignment by, you know, not allowing yourself to process these things, by not allowing yourself to look at these things. And when we don't allow the negativity that we're holding so deep inside, right, then how are we going to release it so that we can have that blossom, so that we can grow, so that we can change? It's got to be unblocked so that it can flow, so we can clear it out. But it is definitely important to look in the mirror and begin with yourself. I would also say, so this whole thing around meditation, there's some people think there's only one right way to meditate. Some people think that, I'll pick a different way every day. Some people think they have to follow specific rituals or steps or rules. And I'm not saying any of those are wrong, but I'm just saying it may not be your way. If that's not your way, then don't be afraid to explore and find, well, that's funny, see, it ended up on the bottom of the deck again. Don't be afraid to explore and find what is your best way of meditation. You know, some people do really well with just doing breath work. Some people do really well with trying to empty the mind. Some people do really well with going on a journey in their meditative time and their meditative states, a guided journey. So, you know, and those aren't the only ways. I mean, there's thousands of ways that you can meditate. So it really is just about you finding your way for you that works with you. Let's see. This is the Archangel Animal Oracle deck. Diane Cooper. Let's just grab one from here. We do have rabbits. We do have the wolf. You know, and looking at this meditation one, my eyes keep being drawn to these rocks that, you know, how they stack them up like that, right? If it is a doable thing for you, maybe going and getting a massage, maybe literally investing in some pamper time for you would be a good idea. If that is not possible for a variety of reasons or whatever reason or reasons, you can still create, you can create it for yourself in your own home in some way, shape, or form, whatever that looks like for you. All right. Let's see. All right, let's get us one card. Can we get an archangel animal? What animal wants to share with us to be in this journey with us? What do we have? Aw, I love elephants. They're one of my favorites. So we have the elephant. It says, open yourself to true abundance, right? And again, you got to open yourself for it. You have to go within. And it's kind of hard to create abundance when we're closed off, when we're blocking ourselves, when we're carrying negativity, when we refuse to look at our own heart. It really is important to do the work. And, you know, I mean, the baby elephant's heart chakra is, you know, there's a light there. Now, it's not the color for the heart chakra for most people. You know, most people look at it as either pink or green. I guess it could be kind of pinkish. I don't know if the camera really picks it up very well. But the point is, you know, if you want to have true abundance, and abundance isn't just finances, right? Abundance isn't just finances. This is Archangels Mary and Raphael. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. So for those of you who are maybe interested in going further with this, yeah, I think it could really make a difference for you. I feel like if you take the time to really go within and ask yourself, what is it that I'm running away from? What is it that I'm fearing to have to deal with and to look at? What is it that I don't want to look at? Because clearly there's something along those lines that are wanting to come. And it's important to nurture yourself and your development. And as you're developing, to nurture yourself as you're going through this, and celebrate those big wins and the little wins. They are all important. Without the little wins, you don't get the big win. Surrendering yourself to that process. And there will be reasons to celebrate. I mean, again, we've got it here twice. But there is a lot around love, relationships, emotions, your own, and how that affects others. And we are all connected. So there you go. I hope this was helpful to you, and I thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, the like, and to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon.